data, but it's not just about data, it's about kids. I remember myself, I taught a class, my only classroom experience when I was a young seminarian. They gave me a 7th grade catechism class to teach in San Jose. Well, let me tell you, I never got control of the class, so I never could lose control. It was pandemonium from day one. Anybody who can do that deserves a lot of credit and a decent pay package. Okay? Thank you very much. We're going to win this thing. We're just starting. Today's the election. Today's the start of the election, the campaign. Thanks for being here, and I feel very confident. I'm enthused with your enthusiasm, and spread that word all over California, on the internet, on Facebook, at your corner grocery store. Let's win for California. Thank you.
You don't get out of here without an ask. So there's 30,000 flyers over there talking about Jerry Brown and Meg Whitman. Every single person who clapped has got to go get some flyers and take them back to your work site. The most important point you will make in this election is to talk to the people you work with. That's how you win. That's how we're going to win. And don't ever walk out of here without going to that registration tent and getting a stack of those cards and take them to your work site.
That's right.
Now, brothers and sisters, we have a new labor movement. We have a new vision of the future of workers. And it's an honor and a privilege to me that the National AFL-CIO came to visit you, to bring a message to you about the future of this nation and the future of this labor movement. And we picked the strongest, most powerful person we could find. And that's the new Secretary-Treasurer for the National AFL-CIO, a woman who was 39 years old when she was elected. And to send a message that women and young people are leaders of our future, they're leaders of this labor movement. We're here today to welcome and honor the new leadership of the AFL-CIO, joining me and saying greetings to Liz Shuler, the National Executive Secretary-Treasurer, I guess Secretary-Treasurer, not Executive Secretary-Treasurer, anyway, Liz Shuler, treat her like a nice
Thank you. All right. How about that Jerry Brown? I'm from Washington, D.C. I haven't ever seen a politician like him before. And thank you, Bill, and the CLC for putting on such a great show. I know it takes a lot to put this picnic together. How about those firefighters out on the grill? They're not putting out fires. They got a big fire going on back there. Thanks for having me today. We've been making our way across the state all day today. Jerry Brown's been spending his time with working people all across the state. And we're out there talking about jobs, right? It's the most important thing on working families' agenda, right? Jobs, jobs, jobs. And so we need to start thinking about, what does this election really mean? What does it boil down to? We need to be proud of the progress we've already made. And we need to continue to move forward and continue to make progress. We don't want to go back to the failed policies of the last 8 years, do we? No. That's right. Now I know you got some important races here in California. So it's all up to you. Now we know that Queen Meg is not on the side of working families, right? No. And I saw a skit earlier today where they had an actual Queen Meg traveling around the state. You probably know what I'm talking about, following her around. And certainly Carly Fiorina for the U.S. She's not going to be your friend in the U.S. Senate, right? So no disrespect, but I know a lot of people like to buy and sell stuff online, and eBay is kind of like a flea market, right? Out there on the internet. And I think it's a lot like Meg Whitman's campaign, actually. So a lot of people buying stuff that they don't really need, okay? Just like eBay. So we got to keep the progress moving forward. The biggest thing we need is your help out there on the stump, talking to people in the work sites, talking to people on the doorstep, making those phone calls. Are you going to help us? Are you going to help us? All right, on to victory in November. Woo!
brothers and sisters with new leadership like Liz. Before I introduce the next candidate, I want to make sure everybody knows that Jim is the guy that we believe in. Jim is the man who's running for the sheriff of Sacramento County. He was a city council member at Elk Grove. He was a deputy, a chief, a captain in the sheriff's department. He's endorsed.